This is an update on Kofiboat and Pascalagoni. Before we begin, we want to remind our cherished viewers that we are officially off Snapchat once again. Our only real pages now are on YouTube, Telegram, and TikTok, all under Wicked Blogger GH. Any Snapchat handle bearing our name is fake. A link to our Telegram page is in the description box. Hit that subscribe button and let's roll. A few days ago, we updated the whole country on the fact that Kofiboat, Pascalagoni, and others had been flown out of the country by the FBI. This came after their lawyers managed to chop their share of the money they stole. They lied to them, especially Kofiboat, telling him he could beat his case with the FBI while in Ghana, but the truth is, that was never going to happen. We said that over and over again, and those who used to follow us on Snapchat can bear us witness. We have received confirmed intel on Kofiboat and Agony from our team based in the United States after hours of calls and contacts with our top plugs in the feds. You will be shocked at what they are planning to do next. But before we break that news, let's take a closer look at why they were arrested, starting with Kofiboat. For years, Isaac Kofi Oduro Boateng, better known on the streets of Accra as Kofiboat, lived like a king. He moved through the city in a fleet of luxury cars, showered friends and business associates with expensive gifts, and rubbed shoulders with some of Ghana's most recognizable celebrities, including dancehall artist Shatta Wale. To the public, he appeared to be a successful businessman with deep pockets and even deeper connections. But behind the glitz and champagne parties, authorities say Kofiboat was running a criminal empire worth $100 million. A scam so vast, it triggered one of the most coordinated international manhunts in recent Ghanaian history. When the FBI came knocking, the mask fell. On the 13th of June 2025, a joint team from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Interpol, and Ghanaian security forces descended on Kofiboat's residence. This wasn't a routine arrest. It was the culmination of nearly 2 years of undercover investigations, digital forensics, and cross-border intelligence sharing. The U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York had already indicted him back in May 2023. The charges were serious: conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. Prosecutors alleged that from 2016 to 2023, Kofiboat and his network operated a sprawling cybercrime syndicate that preyed on American businesses and individuals, bleeding them dry in elaborate scams. According to investigators, the group's operations were sophisticated and well organized. One of their primary methods was business email compromise, a high-level scam where hackers gained access to company email systems or created convincing fake addresses. From there, they posed as company executives, sending urgent payment instructions to unsuspecting finance officers, tricking them into wiring funds into accounts controlled by the syndicate. Another revenue stream was even more insidious: romance scams. Using fake identities on dating platforms and social media, the group targeted mostly elderly and emotionally vulnerable victims in the United States. After building trust, they fabricated emergencies, fake medical bills, or bogus investment opportunities, convincing their targets to send large sums of money. In both cases, funds were routed through layers of bank accounts and shell companies to obscure their origin before being moved offshore. Their proceeds fueled lavish lifestyles in Ghana, complete with imported sports cars, real estate, and expensive trips abroad. The FBI got involved because the victims, stolen funds, and fraudulent transactions were all tied to U.S. jurisdictions. Millions were moved through American banks. Some of these transfers were flagged by compliance systems, prompting banks to report suspicious activity to federal authorities. As the reports piled up, a clearer picture emerged. The same Ghanaian-linked network kept appearing in fraud cases across multiple states. By early 2023, undercover agents and digital forensics experts had mapped the network, identifying not only Kofiboat, but his key associates, Inusa Ahmed, also known as Agony or Pascal, and Derek Van Yeboah. A fourth suspect, Patrick Kwame Asare, remains on the run. On the 18th of March 2025, Ghana's Minister of the Interior signed off on a formal request from the U.S. Embassy to arrest and extradite the suspects. This was no small decision. It meant Ghana was officially cooperating with U.S. federal law enforcement to take down one of its high-profile businessmen. When the operation went down in June, It was swift and calculated. Armed officers blocked exits while FBI agents and Interpol operatives moved in. Multiple properties linked to the suspects were searched, and electronic devices were seized as evidence. 3 days later, on the 16th of June, 2025, Kofiboat and the two others were brought before an Accra magistrate's court. They were remanded into custody pending extradition hearings. His lawyers wasted no time challenging the case, disputing the $100 million figure and asking the court for more time to gather business documents they claim will prove his innocence. But the US indictment is clear, and the FBI insists the evidence is overwhelming. Transaction records, intercepted emails, and testimony from victims all point to a well-oiled fraud machine. If extradited to the United States and convicted, Kofiboat could face decades in a federal prison. This arrest sends a loud message. The days when cybercriminals in Ghana could hide behind borders are ending. With the FBI and Interpol now working hand in hand with Ghanaian authorities, high-profile arrests like this are likely to become more common. For Kofiboat, the man once celebrated for his wealth and influence, the empire has crumbled. His luxury cars now sit idle, his high-profile friends are silent, and his future rests in the hands of a legal system under intense international scrutiny. The FBI says it has only scratched the surface of the network. More arrests could follow. For now, one of Ghana's most flamboyant public figures is behind bars, facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life far away from the nightlife of Accra in an American prison cell. Next is the part about Agony Pascal. Inusa Ahmed, better known as Pascal or Agony, built a public image as a football patron and community figure. He founded and financed Park Academy Football Club, a well-equipped Division I League club in the Ashanti region, earning respect for investing in youth sports and nurturing local talent. Behind the scenes, however, US authorities allege he was a central player in a $100 million cybercrime operation. On the 13th of June 2025, he was arrested in Accra during a coordinated FBI and Interpol raid alongside Kofiboat and Derek Van Yeboah. The charges accuse him of being part of a criminal network involving business email compromise and romance scams targeting American victims. Investigators claim Ahmed's role went beyond casual association. They say he helped design and execute elaborate online cons, created fake identities to deceive victims, and facilitated laundering stolen funds into Ghanaian accounts. His alleged activities stretch back years, with evidence linking him to multiple international fraud cases. The arrest has devastated the PAC Academy Football Club. What was once a promising sports institution now faces an uncertain future, with players and staff left in limbo. For many, the revelation that their benefactor might have been financing the club with the proceeds of cybercrime has been a shocking betrayal. If extradited to the United States and convicted, Ahmed could face decades in prison. His case stands as a stark example of how a polished public image can conceal a deeply criminal reality and how international law enforcement is increasingly willing to cross borders to tear down such facades. Now, back to the present. Kofiboat and Agony Pascal have both agreed to cut a deal with the FBI because new evidence about their previous dealings keeps popping up. These two siphoned millions and enjoyed lavish lifestyles, but they made the mistake of leaving a trail behind. Their lawyers are advising them to take a deal, and they have agreed because that is the only way to reduce their prison time. The stubbornness Kofiboat showed when he was first arrested in Ghana has suddenly given way to humility. We are working to uncover more information, but for now, they are cutting a deal. That's all for now from Wicked Blogger Ghana. If you want the truth, you know where to find us. No fake Snapchat, just real updates on YouTube, Telegram, and TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Until next time, stay sharp and stay safe.